Hello, welcome back to my channel. These are a couple of nightstands that I had out in the storage of the farmhouse that I live in. And the owner was kind enough to say anything that's over there in storage, I can just have and I can play with it and paint on it. And that's pretty awesome. Free furniture. No one's gonna say no. I'm gonna get these cleaned up, and when I come back, I'm going to show you the new Zuri Design molds for August. I cannot wait to introduce you.
I was so young and naive back then when I thought all I had to do was clean it up and put in some elbow grease and it was going to turn out to just be beautiful. But I'm going to have to tell you a little story about woodworms. But before I do that, let me at least introduce you to my new Zuri molds for August.
This one is called Baroque Blooms, and I love having things that have little swirlies and curlicues, but look at this guy. Not only does it have individual swirly poos that I can put anywhere I want, but it also has this giant central one, and if you see, it's all connected from this tip to the top and side to side, so I can take any or all of this and make a really cool design to put on the outside. Like so. Or since I'm in Europe, I'll say, et voila. This one is called Raven Garden. Look at those gorgeous detailed crows. I had to look it up because I wasn't sure if this is something that needs to be fixed. Like you have to do something before you can just paint over it or cover it with something. And the overwhelming information that I'm getting seems to be that you are supposed to treat for woodworms. I'm not going to do that. Before I go on too much, this right here was another indication I had that my issue was woodworms, because there shouldn't have been all of that. That's just one tiny little pile, but there was a lot of sawdust when I sat this thing down. And you can see that basically the worms bored into this wood and have made it super, super weak. Sometimes the hard truth is a piece cannot be saved, or at least cannot be saved with the skill and tools and time that I have. They're probably still in there. When I looked up the treatment for woodworms, it said if the holes look dirty and like there's wood chunks kind of like coming out of the holes and whatnot, then they're gone. But if the holes are clean, they are still in there. So that's one issue. I don't have time to find woodworm killer. You paint it on, you let it dry. It kills the woodworms that are still inside there, and also any larvae, if there are any potential new woodworms about to hatch inside there. Well, what they do, they're a lot like termites. They're going to keep burrowing in. That's hollow under there. And then I saw that at the back. They've just eaten this wood. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. And I'm going to keep these marble tops because they are good. You can't go wrong with marble. But you know what we're still going to do? We're going to show these products. We're just going to do something pretty.
Since this piece is just for demonstration, I gave it 2 light coats in a tea rose color and then poured a couple of the ravens with the European version of my Quick Cure epoxy.
Now that I've got my beautiful crows, I'm going to pop them out. They are firm but still warm. Oh shoot, I snapped his tail because I pulled it too abruptly. That's okay. I'm gonna pull that out, and when I glue it on, I'll just pop it back on there. It'll be like it never happened. Not a big deal. That's the beauty of molds and using epoxy. I'm gonna be a little more gentle with this one because I'm pulling this out when it's still warm. That's how clean they come out when you're using the quick dry epoxy. Next up, I need to place my birds. I'm using Titebond Quick and Thick to attach my crows to this backing, and a small paintbrush that I can either wash out or throw away. You may be saying to yourself, Leora, now you can't open that drawer. Well, of course you can't. At least not yet. to cut through and open your drawers when you put a mold around an edge, you can either use a Japanese saw like I'm doing that has teeth on the front and the back, or if you get it while it's still a little bit softer, you can use an X-Acto knife. While I let the glue dry on the ravens, I took some scraps of transfers that I had laying around and added them to the front to make this kind of a French themed nightstand. Now let's go back to the rave. Just because these nightstands aren't going to be kept in the house doesn't mean that this was a complete waste, because I still got to do this awesome paint job with the waxes on the crows, and I can heat them up with a hairdryer and loosen the glue, and I can actually pull these off and use them on something that I will get to keep. So thank you for watching. Thanks to Zuri Designs for the amazing raven mold, and I look forward to showing you a new piece next month. Bye!